My dad lived life with a smiling face towards anyone, regardless of whether they've wronged him or not. If they were in need, he would be there in a heartbeat. When my dad introduced himself to strangers, he never once boasted about being one of the most highly trained men in the military. When people boast about their accomplishments, their actions are not as genuine. When one searches for praise, they lose the appearance of being humble, which is the key component to being a hero. If you ask my dad what his greatest accomplishments were, first it would be becoming a Christian, and second would be his family. Most superheroes live a double life. Spider-Man, Superman, The Flash, Arrow, Batman, and many more all live as normal people during the day, but when duty calls, they put on their suit and save the day. Just like a superhero, my dad was not just a Navy SEAL. Being a SEAL was not his identity, but became a part of his personality.
Hi, my name's Hannah Kershner. I'm 19 and I live in Indian Head, Maryland. I'm the first recipient of the Sergeant Sean Northcutt Scholarship from Run Far. If I had to start out with who I am, half of that would probably be Taco Bell steak quesadillas. Other than that, I love to hike, I love camping, anything in the woods and outside. I longboard, so a lot of people don't know what longboarding is, but it's just basically a long skateboard that goes really fast. My mom hates it, but it's okay. What else do I like to do? I love swimming, I teach swim lessons, and I lifeguard. So being in the water, being outside, anything that involves being outside, basically. And I have a little brother who's 12, and he's my little best friend, so him and I like to hang out, and anything that I can do just to kind of hang out with him and bond with him is something that I'll do, even if it means playing Fortnite, which I can't stand on the PS4, but that's besides the point. I don't know, I just love being adventurous and outside and going to the river and the beach, and the mountains are probably my favorite, but I'm kind of rambling, but I don't know, I like being outside. The scholarship to me has been such a blessing. My dad passed away 7 years ago and never applied for disability, so that makes things very difficult for me to be able to get the proper funding. For me, the scholarship kind of gives me hope that someone out there understands that, you know, when people with PTSD are gone, their families are still left behind. And so being able to find people who have recognized that is really awesome, and it's a huge blessing. A year from now, I see myself taking full-time college classes at the College of Southern Maryland for crisis management. To never hesitate on trying new things, and to never give up hope on what I see myself doing and what my passion is. So currently I'm in a program called AmeriCorps, and what AmeriCorps is you sign up for 10 months and you go out and you help with natural disasters, and you work with kids and you redo gardens, and today we actually went out and mulched about 300 trees at a park. So my very first swim meet, I was super young, and 5 years old for swimming is really, really little. And I mean, you can barely kick at all, but you're just kind of in there because your parents made you. And so the very, very first race, I false started, and I kept swimming, and I kept swimming, and my dad knew that if I knew I false started, I would be so embarrassed. So he went down there and started cheering me on, and then my mom went down there and started cheering me on, and then sooner, like right after that, everybody who was watching the swim meet was like cheering for me and cheering for me, and as I got to the end, I thought I finished first, but everybody else was still at the beginning of the pool. But so this whole time, he was basically down, laying on the pool deck, clapping for me as I false started. I have so much I can talk about my mom. Just All throughout my life, my mom has been the backbone of our family, but she does so with so much compassion and grace, and she's just so welcoming with any problem and with any experience, especially now that I'm getting older. Her and I are basically best friends. I mean, we like so many of the same things, and you know, if I say, Mom, I really think I need a Mountain Dew, she'll be like, yep, me too, let's go. Random trips out to Dollar General at midnight just for a Mountain Dew, and she, no matter what I decide that I want to do, she will always support me, and she has done that all throughout my life, especially with college and, you know, me trying to figure out what I want to do as a career. But she's so incredible, and she has one of the biggest hearts that I think I've ever seen, and she is most certainly the strongest woman I think I've ever met. And if I grew up to be a half of what she is as a person, then I would be totally content with my life's progress, and I love her so much. So yeah, that's all I got. So the very first day that I was taken home from the hospital, my dad took me outside and was rubbing my hand on tree bark. So like a 1-day-old newborn, taking them outside and rubbing their hand on some trees. So sooner or later, once I started and was able to talk, my first word was tree, because he was always put me on his shoulders, and he would run me through all of these branches, and he would say, through the trees, through the trees. So that's where I got my first word. And now I love trees, and I'm always outside, and I love to hike, and I love to camp. And so yeah, trees are my favorite. To all the Run Far athletes, ambassadors, and the entire Run Far community, thank you for finally recognizing that there are children out there like me left behind from this PTSD issue. Your donations and your support has not only given me hope, but has given me the opportunity to reach my dreams of education. To Run Far and all of its supporters, you guys are awesome.